focused on climate action, we need to incorporate a gender perspective. Give a dedicated focus and attention for protection of women, ensuring gender equality while we deal with climate change. So let's understand the disproportionate impact through some examples, through some real world examples. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, just 6% of climate policies around the world mention women. That shows the lack of focus and attention on women as a vulnerable category when it comes to climate action. Is that clear? Now, if you look at a patriarchal society, in fact in most conservative societies around the world, as I said, a woman is often treated as a disadvantaged gender, given a second-class treatment even within the household, within the family, not just in the society, but even within a household, women are expected to perform these household chores. These gender roles that we have defined for ourselves in our society, it gives a privilege for the male members while placing the entire burden of caregiving and taking care of the household chores on women. Be it the activity of cooking food, cleaning the house, collecting water, collecting fuel, or providing care in the family, looking after children, looking after the elderly. This entire burden of caregiving and the household responsibility has been dumped on our women, not just in India, but in many countries around the world. So this increased burden is what makes women even more vulnerable. Understood? Because women don't get paid for household work. Studies have shown that on an average, an Indian woman spends more than 8 hours in household work and they're not paid a single rupee for that. Which means they're not financially independent. They are dependent on the earning members. They are dependent on the male members of the household who are earning the money. Whereas women are putting in almost the same amount of work and effort, or sometimes even more than that. Because you can't really quantify household work and they're not getting paid for it. So financially they are not secure, financially they are not independent. This affects their decision-making role and power in the household as well. When it comes to their healthcare, their nutrition, their education, their overall welfare and well-being, they can't decide for themselves. Because of the societal pressure, because of the patriarchal nature of the society and the expectations, the so-called family expectations, women are bound by the decision of the male members of the household or the so-called elders in the household. So this affects not just a girl child, it affects adult women as well. It affects even women who are elderly, who are senior citizens. So that is something you need to pay attention to. Studies have shown that over 50% of pregnant women in the country are anemic. This is primarily due to malnutrition. Right from birth, a girl child faces numerous difficulties and discrimination in our society. In a society where female feticide and infanticide is still practiced, child marriage is still practiced, a girl child never gets equal protection and equal opportunity. This is only going to get further aggravated because of climate change. Now, to understand how this could happen, how women could face more abuse, because studies have shown a direct causal relationship, a correlation that exists between increasing global temperatures and increasing cases of domestic violence against women. Is that clear? So let's see how this can happen by taking an example. Here I'm using an image, an average Indian rural household family, a distressed family which is affected by climate change. Now see, because of climate change, because of rising temperatures and changing weather systems and climate